Today we're going to be taking a look at the BMW Companion OEM fifth wheel trailer hitch with slider for the Ram towing prep package. Part number is bwrvk3670. Now this Companion fifth wheel is designed to go directly into the Ram puck system, so we can get a fifth wheel hitch put in the bed of the truck that does offer a slider without any bed modifications. That's really key, I think, about the puck system and being able to get something like this put in your bed very quickly. Now, something that really sets this sliding setup apart from many others is the distance that it actually travels. With this one, we've got a very easy to operate lever here on the side. Just going to slide that into the unlocked position, and this gives us a full 12 inches of travel. We'll then move that handle back into the locked position. We're going to be ready to move around the campsites. Now, in the rear position, it's only designed for your slow speed navigating around parking lots and things like that. Whenever we're ready to travel, get back on the road, unlock position again. As we back up towards our camper, this is going to come forward, lock our arm down, and as you can see, it's one of the smoothest operating systems forward and back that there is. When you receive this, the entire base is going to be one piece. So your arms are already symmetrical. They're already lined up with each other, so there's not going to be any of that binding that you can sometimes experience with a lot of other slider hitches out on the market today. Now, this fifth wheel's really been thought out when it comes to connecting and disconnecting. It's designed to pivot side to side and forward and back. So even in uneven terrain, or if we're on a slight hill, we should have no problems with disconnecting from the fifth wheel. We've got our release handle here. It's got a pin with a clip attached to hold it in place, but you can also use a padlock that would have a 1/4 inch shank on it to go through the hole and secure it so you cannot detach the camper from the hitch. Then all you have to do is pull that forward. You'll see how those dual jaws are going to open up. Once we back in, that's going to be forced closed, and we can reconnect our pin. Now, this is going to give 360 degrees of contact around our kingpin. That's going to give us a nice secure fit, and it's going to prevent some of that moving around that we used to get. Older style fifth wheels just had a single bar that came across, and that created a lot of wear. With the new 360 fit, we're not going to have that wear, which will reduce chucking as the system ages. We're not going to have any play in there that we'll have to worry about. Now, this is also one of the quietest fifth wheel heads that are out there on the market. Not only at each pivot point here do we have rubber, but also in the side to side. So that's going to help absorb many of the vibrations that traditionally were sent into the truck where you'd feel them in the cab. When in position, you can see our handle is going to operate very smoothly. Sometimes you'll have to press down on that bolt just slightly, and then we can secure it either with the pin and clip, or again, you could use a padlock with a small diameter shank to go through that hole as well. That would keep the Companion and slider attached to your truck and couldn't be removed by a potential thief. Now, on each side of the head, you've got a pin. It's held in place by a clip. By removing those, we can then pull up on the two black handles on each side of the head. And if we give it a wiggle a little bit, we can get that to come off. This is going to help us when removing it so we don't have to lift up all the weight at the same time. And with that off, again, here you can see those rubber bumpers we were talking about that helps to keep the system nice and quiet. Now, the BMW Companion's constructed of very heavy-duty, high-quality steel. It also has a nice gray powder coat finish that keeps that nice and protected, so we don't have to worry about corrosion. All of this is constructed right here in the United States, so you can take pride in knowing that. As far as weight capacities go, we've got a 20,000 pound gross trailer weight rating. That'll be the total weight of your trailer and anything that you might have loaded in it. It also gives us a vertical load limit, or the maximum downward force we can put here on the top, of 5,000 pounds. Definitely, though, you'll want to check out the owner's manual of your vehicle to see what it's rated for and not exceed that. Now, we've seen the rubber pivot points inside of the head here. That's for the front to back. You'll notice here on the passenger side, just underneath the head, we've got a shock absorber. That attaches down to the base, and that's going to keep it centered in the flat position until it needs to tilt one way or another. This will then either contract a little bit or expand a little bit, allowing for that movement, but keeping it nice and rigid as we travel. Now we'll begin by getting our slider base put into the puck system. We want to have all 4 of our puck levers completely open. That means they're sticking out. That'll have the tab sitting crossways of the bed, and we'll place it down and in at all 4 locations. And once that's down in position, we'll press down on our bolt and rotate our lever. That's going to lock that tab down in that puck system. We'll do that on all 4 corners, and we'll have our slider base secured in place. Now we can put in the head support arms. You can see there's 4 holes. We've got 4 bolts that go in each side with a lock washer. And with the holes that we have inside of the slider itself, we can adjust the height anywhere from about 19 inches to the top of our kingpin down to about 17. We're going to set ours right in the middle at the 18 mark, and we'll thread 4 bolts into the appropriate hole locations, into the pre-threaded holes that we have in the slider base. Now these arms, you can see, are also offset. These can be installed with the straight side towards the rear to have our kingpin set directly over the axle, or if we reverse them, we'll be moving it forward 2 inches. Once we have all 8 of these started, we're going to snug them down and torque them to the specifications listed in the instructions. Now we'll get the leveling kit installed. We need to attach the spring to the clip. We're going to use a 1/4 inch bolt and nylon lock nut for that. And we're going to tighten this down with a 7/16 wrench and socket, just so it's snug. We still want that wire to be able to rotate. Now we're going to bring this closest to the cab, and we want the top edge of that spring to be sitting about a 1/2 inch below our rubber bumper, and then we'll tap that on the arm with our hammer. Just like that. Now we can grab our head, and we're going to sit it right down on those pivot arms. Once that's in place, we'll bring our pins through and secure it with our clips. Now we'll install our handle. We want to pull the pin out, slide the handle assembly in. The 3 holes are going to line up. On the 2 holes closest to the middle of the truck, we'll put through a cap screw, and we're going to finish that up on the bottom with a hex nut. Now we'll get those tightened down. For the head, we're using a 7/32. For the nut, we're using a 9/16. At that point, our 5th wheel is going to be ready for use. And that's going to complete our look at the BMW Companion OEM 5th wheel trailer hitch with slider for the Ram towing prep package. Part number bwrvk3670.
Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com.